Hi, I'm Alan Olsen. Welcome to GROCO American Entrepreneur. I'm here today with Rajesh Subramaniam. And Rajesh, it's a pleasure to have you here on the show.
Perfect. Alan, it's great to be here, and thank you for having me here.
So Rajesh, what was it like for you growing up? Did you come from this rich, affluent family living next to the Taj Mahal? Or what you know, tell me about your growing up years, development years.
I come from a very hardworking parents and a working class background. I started my life in a 500 square foot apartment. I mean, that's where we used to live growing up. And both my mom and dad were working, and they tried to make ends meet.
So Rajesh, you came to this country, immigrated here, and now you have a foothold back with the business in the motherland.
Yeah.
And you're over here in America and trying to conduct business to get this started up. So tell me your experience of conducting a business in this culture, and in particular, what you had to go through to get your first customers and start to see the dream become alive.
So one thing I can definitely say is when I first started here, I wanted to kind of do my master's, and I was anxious, I was afraid, I didn't know how things were going to turn out, but I was received very well by my professors, by the university I went to, and I hear this many times. A lot of immigrants like me always say this is a land of opportunity. And truly so, it provided the greatest opportunities that I could turn around and latch on to every time I got one. I got many different opportunities. I was able to finish my schooling. I was able to get to the valley. I got a job in the valley. I mean, this was a dream come true. And all of that encouragement from people around me kind of gave me the strength and the confidence to then go back and focus on my vision that was building embedUR, or at least starting embedUR and getting it to this point. So it's just great. It's unbelievable, and and this is phenomenal. I mean, this is really true. This is land of the free, home of the brave. Absolutely.
But just tell me about what exactly does your company do?
embedURsystems, we are primarily a product engineering services company. So we work on engineering products primarily dedicated to telecom and data networking. So we work with our customers to kind of help them bring new products to market and help them accelerate the deployment of these products. So we help them in the engineering process as well as in the deployment of these products all around the world.
Wow. So did you start this vision yourself, or what got you into this company, starting the company?
It's a different set of things. I started embedUR with another colleague of mine, and we used to work together for a long time here in the Valley. And I've been through several startups, and this was back in 2000 when the Valley was going through this big optical boom. And I was associated with many different startups at that point in time. And working in startups, there's always this need to kind of innovate, create something different. And so we were part of this optical era where we were kind of working in different startups. And I had the opportunity to work with many different vendors. And one thing I noticed in every group of vendors that I worked with, there was something lacking in terms of project and product ownership. And I said, having done this across multiple startups and medium, small, and large size companies, I said, maybe it's time for me to go start something like embedUR, where the key differentiator would be project and product ownership, help our customers bring products to market quickly, and having seen how it's done and having the idea of what to do to fix it, I thought embedUR would be the perfect place to start.
So there's a difference between being an employee for a large corporation versus doing it on your own. Now, how would you describe that difference?
Well, when I first started thinking about starting something of my own, it was scary. I mean, I was very anxious. It was very stressful to kind of even think about the fact that I cannot rely on getting a paycheck on every 15th or the 30th. I mean, it was just a concept to me that, you know, it was frightening at first. But then when I realized what I had as an upside and what I thought I could do to create a difference and going after the customer set that I wanted to go after, I worked first. It was something that I started in the garage of my townhouse condo, and slowly worked a business plan together, and then finally went after it. So as soon as I was able to get my first and second customer is when I really started getting a feel for what it's like to run a company of my own.
So Rajesh, every business has both success and failures. And my experience is seeing that as you start something out, it never really goes as planned. Can you tell us what it was like trying to land your first customer and the process?
It was grueling. It was grueling. It was really hard. And I still remember it was 2004 December. It was around Christmas time, and I'm talking to my wife, and I'm telling her, you know, starting Jan 15th, I'm not going to get a paycheck because, you know, this is what I'm going to be doing. And she looked at me and she said, go for it with all your heart. And she supported me through it. She said that she's going to stick to her job while I focus on my dream, which was trying to get a business put together. And went on, found an office space, jumped in. Jan first week, I'm in this office space, and we are getting ready to go put a presentation together for several customers whom we reached out to. And all we heard was negative feedback. And we had at least seen 3 or 4 of the customers, and their questions were, how long were you in business? What's your revenue today? What's the guarantee that you're going to be in business for the next 6 months? What are the things that you can do different from all these other people? So the first 5 to 6 months was just grueling, was just negative. It was criticism, it was negative feedback. It was really hard to just stay focused and kind of go after it. So one thing that played to our advantage was we believed in ourselves as a team. And my family believed in me to be able to make it happen eventually. So it took 6-7 months where we went without a paycheck, where we kept at it, and finally landed a customer after 6-7 months in 2005.
Okay, if you were starting embedUR today, or you were advising a person who says, I have the next company I want to, you know, launch, what advice would you give for them?
I would ask them to go back and look at what industry vertical that they want to really focus on. Because when I started and when I look back at the last 6 years, we tried to do a lot of different things. And then it took some time to steer ourselves into the core. Even in telecom data networking space, there are many different aspects that you can go after. But then if you choose a niche and you differentiate yourself in the niche, then your value kind of goes up remarkably, is what I found. And we kind of tuned our company to kind of go after that aspect.
Well, it's very unique to have an engineer thinking outside the box. When you know, and it speaks for itself how well you've done with your company, and
Thank you.
I wish you all the best success.
Thank you very much, Alan.
Thank you, Rajesh, for being on the show.
Thank you.